She had no control. Not even while she was sleeping. You were there with someone else. A smile that was no longer for her. A touch that was no longer hers. And then she woke up, crying, breathless, with her heart racing, as if what she had dreamed was real, and perhaps for her it was. Because when a woman dreams of loss, it's not random. It's her subconscious screaming what her mouth hasn't yet had the courage to say. She's scared, a silent fear that lives deep in her eyes and weighs heavy in the longest embraces. Waking up after a dream like that is not just waking up. It's feeling that the love she has that might not be safe anymore. And the worst part, sometimes she can't even tell you. Because how do you explain jealousy that was born in the world of dreams? How do you put into words that tightness in her chest that doesn't dissolve even with breakfast? She dreamed of you falling for someone else. But the dream was just a reflection, distorted, exaggerated perhaps, of what she fears most, being forgotten, being replaced, being just another beautiful memory in your past. And you might think, but it was just a dream. Yes, but it wasn't just that for her. Because real love doesn't turn off when the head hits the pillow. There's no pause button, no rest on Sundays. Her love is still there, even when she's sleeping. And the fear is there too. She lives good days. She smiles when she's by your side. She holds your hand tightly. But deep down, there's a constant worry. An insecurity you might have never noticed, but that slowly consumes her. Have you ever stopped to think about how many times she stayed silent for fear of seeming too fragile? How many times she pretended everything was fine just to not burden you with her own ghosts? That dream was just the tip of the iceberg. She saw you leaving, and the worst part, she saw someone else taking her place. Do you know what that means? It means that within her, there exists a love so immense that the fear of losing you has turned into a nightmare, and this in itself says it all. She fears not being enough, even when you say you love her, even when you're present. Because love, when it's deep, creates a kind of insecurity that logic doesn't explain. It's emotional. It's instinctual. She doesn't want to control you. She just wants to feel irreplaceable. Not because you said so, but because you've shown it. Day after day, gesture after gesture. And no, she's not being dramatic. She's being human. Someone who loves intensely. Someone who has suffered before. Someone who perhaps has too many scars to pretend she doesn't feel fear. This dream didn't come from nowhere. It's built, subtly, from moments when you seemed distant, from days when she noticed your distracted gaze, from those messages you took too long to respond to, or from that girl who liked your photos a bit too much. Every detail that may seem minimal to you adds up for her, until it becomes a scene, until it becomes the script of a movie she doesn't want to watch. And when the subconscious stitches together all these fragments, it creates a plot. You with someone else. You smiling differently. You leaving. She wakes up in a cold sweat, trying to understand why her heart is still racing. And sometimes she spends the entire day trying to regain her balance, trying to look into your eyes without letting on that she saw you being happy with someone who isn't her. She's not accusing you. She's silently asking you to hold her tighter, to pay attention to the signs, to say, I'm here sincerely. Do you know why? Because when a woman truly loves, she doesn't dream for no reason. She feels, even when she sleeps. And what she felt in that dream wasn't just the fear of losing you. It was love pleading not to be put aside. Maybe you're thinking this is all an exaggeration. Maybe you think it's not a big deal, but let me ask you something. How many times have you dreamed that you lost something very valuable and woke up in despair? That's right. Now imagine that something being the love of your life. That's the weight she carries, even if she doesn't say it, even if she smiles, even if she pretends that everything is fine. She loves you to the point of being scared even in her sleep, to the point of creating in her own dreams a scenario where she loses you just to prepare herself, in case it ever happens. But do you know what hurts the most? It's that she doesn't even know if that fear is real, or if it's just in her head. And that's where you come in, because she might dream of you leaving. But you have the power to show her every day that you're not going anywhere. Show her that her place is right there, that there's no one else who can occupy the space she holds, that no smile from someone else will replace the silly laugh that escapes her when she feels safe in your arms. You don't need to promise the moon and the stars. You just need to be present. You just need to notice when her silence speaks louder than 1,000 words, when the hug lingers a little longer than usual, when she looks at you with that distant expression, trying to understand if she is still loved in the same way. Don't wait for her to explode with insecurity. Don't wait for her to pull away for you to realize how much she wanted you close. Because those who love care. Those who love don't dismiss the fears of their partner. Those who love don't ignore the signs. And sometimes the biggest sign comes in dreams. Her mind revealed what her heart never wanted to believe was true. So the question is, will you continue acting as if it's just a dream? Or will you use this warning as an opportunity to reinforce everything you've built together? She needs you more than she realizes, and perhaps more than you even understand. She needs to feel that you still choose her. Every day. Not with empty words, but with concrete actions. And yes, jealousy may seem like something small, but when it seeps into dreams, it's no longer just about jealousy. It's about unhealed love. It's about poorly secured affection. It's about bonds that need to be reinforced before they break. If she wakes up crying, it's because her heart isn't asleep. And that deserves respect. Don't minimize, don't laugh, don't pull away, embrace her. Show that you understand. That you care. That you're willing to be the reason she never has a dream like that again. You have more power than you think. You can be the villain or the hero of her story. You can feed her nightmares or build the real dream she has always wanted to live by your side. The choice is yours, but remember, love when neglected starts to plead through the details, in the silences, in the hidden tears, in the tightest hugs, and yes, even in the dreams. If she dreamed of you falling in love with someone else, maybe it's not a prediction, but it's certainly a request for attention, for presence, for security. And if you still feel the same, we must show it before the dream becomes reality. She still believes in you both, even after waking up crying. Even with the fear growing in silence, she still believes you're still here, and that is already a start. But being here isn't enough. Physical presence without emotional presence is only half the journey, and she feels that. She feels it when you respond without looking, when the kiss is automatic, when the I love you comes on autopilot. Do you know what she really wants? She wants to feel desired, to feel chosen, even when the world offers easier distractions. She doesn't need grand gestures, expensive dinners, or exaggerated displays. She only needs to feel that no one else in the world could make you forget the love you built with her. The dream she had was in fact a mirror, a reflection of everything she has started to perceive in reality, but still refuses to accept. Maybe your absence, maybe your distractions, maybe a behavior that went unnoticed by you, but for her, was the beginning of the end. You don't need to blame yourself, but you need to take responsibility. Because even without realizing it, you might be creating a situation where her fear becomes reality, and then it won't be a dream anymore. It will be goodbye. She saw you leaving, and that was enough to break something inside her. Something that you might not even notice, because pain doesn't always come with screams. Sometimes it comes with prolonged silences, short messages, cold kisses. Sometimes pain comes in the form of distance disguised as, "I'm just tired." Did you notice? She's been acting differently. Her eyes no longer shine with the same intensity. Her voice sounds more restrained. She still says she loves you, but there's a strange gap between you. Almost imperceptible, but real. So what are you going to do about it? This dream of hers may seem like just a strange moment in the night, but it's a warning, and warnings deserve to be heard. We face them head-on, because ignoring is like putting a blindfold on while the relationship slips through your fingers. And look, this isn't about blame, it's about choice. How are you going to choose to see the signs or keep believing that love is eternal by inertia? Will you choose to listen to her heart, or wait for her to tire of warning you? She doesn't want to lose you, but she also doesn't want to keep begging for crumbs of attention. She wants reciprocity. She wants emotional security. She wants a space where her love can breathe without fear. Do you remember when it all began? Those leisurely conversations? The way you made a point to show her that she was special? Go back there. Reconnect with that beginning, because love, even when mature, still needs nourishment, constant watering, care. There's no solid relationship without maintenance. Her jealousy isn't the problem, it's a symptom. And dreams are the place where the symptoms scream the loudest. She might not even tell you. She might try to hide it, downplay it, laugh at herself. But what she experienced in that dream deeply affected her. And maybe what she wants most of all is for you to say, I won't let this happen. You won't lose your place. I keep choosing you today, tomorrow, and the day after. These words hold power. They aren't empty promises. They are anchors. They are the bricks that build an emotional home where fear no longer has space. And of course, talking isn't enough. You need to show it. You need to change small behaviors. You may need to remember that love is a continuous act, not a status achieved. You know that good night with a lingering kiss. You know that I miss you said in the middle of an ordinary day. You know that genuine compliment, given for no special reason. That is what saves a relationship. It's what silences the echoes of nightmares. It's what heals the fear she carries in her heart. Because no matter how much she dreams of you leaving, she still dreams of you staying. And if you think that true love doesn't feel jealousy, you may have never loved with the same intensity that she feels for you. It's not possession. It's the fear of losing something that has become essential. And even if everything seems stable now, dreams like this show that something inside her needs to be heard. She doesn't want to live on alert. She wants peace, wants safe love, wants a relationship where she can sleep soundly, knowing that in the real world, you are hers and only hers. And deep down, you know, she deserves this. She deserves to sleep with a smile. She deserves to wake up knowing she's chosen again. She deserves to be loved without having to dream of the pain of loss. And do you know why? Because she loves you in a rare way. In a way that persists even when everything seems fragile. In a way that transforms fear into a silent plea. So listen. Hold her close. Stay. And show that dreams have no power when love is true, and nourished day by day with real gestures. Wake up. She's waiting for you with her heart in her hands, perhaps without words, but with her whole soul screaming, stay with me. And if you still feel the same, then prove it. Today, now. Before she one day wakes up and no longer cries, because when she stops crying, maybe you've stopped feeling. She didn't want it to be this way. She didn't want to wake up crying, with her heart racing, trying to understand if what she felt was just a dream or a warning. But when love is real, it transcends the physical world. It seeps into thoughts, into the deepest insecurities, and even into dreams. She dreamed of you leaving, and that shattered her inside. Because even though she woke up and saw you there beside her, something inside her was already shaken, and you, perhaps unaware, hold in your hands the power to heal that fear or feed it. Love isn't just presence, it's perception. It's noticing her gaze is a little more distant. It's understanding her silence as a plea for care. It's having the sensitivity to see what she couldn't put into words. She keeps hoping for you both, even with a heavy heart, even after that dream that pulled the ground from beneath her. And you? Will you continue to ignore how she feels? Or will you show that your love is stronger than any nighttime fear? Because if there's one thing she still hopes for, it's that you choose to stay. Every day, even when she seems distant, even when dreams are confusing, even when jealousy masquerades as silence. If this text touched you really, leave your comment down below. Tell me, have you ever had a dream that unraveled you? Or perhaps, have you ever noticed someone beside you suffering in silence, afraid of losing you? Share this with someone who needs to understand that jealousy isn't drama, it's misunderstood pain. Leave a like if these words resonated with you, and subscribe here because this space is for those who feel, those who think, and those who want to build real, deep, and conscious relationships. I'll see you in the next piece of content. Until then, take care of those who still dream of you, even if they wake up crying.